If anything can go wrong, it will. That seems like that is the mantra of the Dallas Cowboys in their current state, with now DeMarcus Lawrence being the latest out for the next 6 to 8 weeks. This is the Gray Area right here on 105.3 The Fan. Of course, my name is Kevin Gray. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. Be sure to hit that subscribe button right there for 105.3 The Fan here on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to Kevin Gray Sports on YouTube along with our other great channels that we have, from Jared Sandler, Jeff Kavanaugh. You can catch me on your home of the Dallas Cowboys and Texas Rangers, 105.3 The Fan, every single Saturday and Sunday with my partner, the two-time Hall of Famer, Chris Arnold. You can't catch DeMarcus Lawrence on the field, nor Michael Gallup, nor Leo Collins on the field anytime soon for the Dallas Cowboys. It seems like the sky is falling. If it's not one thing, it's another for America's team. When Zach Martin comes off the COVID list, Randy Gregory goes on the COVID list. DeMarcus Lawrence goes down with a broken 5th metatarsal in his foot. Michael Gallup out until at least October with a calf injury. Leo Collins apparently can't remember to go get his drug tests done and missed 7 of them, and he's out for the next 5 games for the Dallas Cowboys. A team that last year that went through as much turmoil as it did seems like it cannot catch a break so far in 2021. It feels like deja vu all over again for a Cowboy football team coming off a disappointing but yet encouraging loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football, where Dak Prescott looked absolutely fantastic. The defense forced 4 turnovers. It gave you some hope that the Cowboys could compete and compete well for the 2021 NFL season, but then things started to happen after that. Of course, Michael Gallup out until at least October with a calf injury. Then comes news that Leo Collins is suspended 5 games for failure to show up for his drug test. And then DeMarcus Lawrence breaks his foot and is out for the next 6 to 8 weeks. Not to mention, Zach Martin missed the first game of the season due to COVID-19. And now Randy Gregory will most likely be out against the Los Angeles Chargers on Sunday as they take on Joey Bosa and Justin Herbert out in Los Angeles. So things just continue to not go right for a Cowboys team. Donovan Wilson dealing with a groin injury. And it seems like the Cowboys can't simply find their footing. But with all the disappointment, with all the bad news bears that is the Dallas Cowboys, there's still things to be encouraged about. But at the same time, the deal with the devil that Jerry Jones made to get that final Super Bowl championship continues to rear its ugly head. Maybe, Jerry, you should install Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor so that we can break this curse, because the way things are going right now, that's about the only thing that could save the Dallas Cowboys. Get Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor so we can get some good luck around here. But this is the NFL. This is what teams, all 32 teams, have to deal with. Whether it be injuries, untimely suspensions, or just general bad luck, the good teams find a way to overcome setbacks. The Dallas Cowboys are about to find out how good they are mentally and emotionally, and whether or not they can put this behind them, compartmentalize what has happened to them over the last several days with the now bad news of DeMarcus Lawrence, Michael Gallup, and of course Leo Collins being out for the next several games. Can they put it all behind them to walk into Los Angeles and get themselves an important road win to not fall, 0-2 on the season? The Dallas Cowboys had a lot of encouraging things that happened against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but at the same time, a loss is a loss in the National Football League. There are no moral victories in the NFL, and the same goes for the Dallas Cowboys. Encouraging things that you could take from what happened against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, yes. But at the same time, can you clean up some of the errors that you had in terms of your special teams play, your inability to convert inside the red zone, and more importantly, can you cover on special teams to put your team in a position to not have to find itself chasing points because your kicker, Greg Zuerlein, misses important field goals? We say, Kevin, he hit the big one at the end to give the Cowboys a lead and an opportunity to have their defense hold things against Tampa Bay. You knew what time it was when Tampa Bay got the ball with 1:24 left with Tom Brady's ability to lead the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right down the field, and that's exactly what they did. The points that were left on the board by Greg Zuerlein are completely inexcusable, and now you're going up against a Charger team that's a pretty good football team. They threw up over 330 passing yards on a Washington defense that's really vaunted with a guy in Chase Young. They've got Keenan Allen. They've got Mike Williams. They've got Derwin James back. And, oh, yeah, Joey Bosa is going to be rushing the quarterback. Good luck to Terrell Basham and Dorrance Armstrong to see if they can be in a position to try and get after Justin Herbert. This is a team that even with DeMarcus Lawrence and Randy Gregory against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did not register one sack on that Tampa Bay offensive line and on Tom Brady. So now you're expecting Dorrance Armstrong, Terrell Basham, Bradley Anae, Chauncey Golston to try and get after the quarterback against the Los Angeles Chargers and Justin Herbert, the reigning AP Offensive Rookie of the Year. Oh, boy. Tough task for the Cowboys, who already know that defense is suspect. Now, conversely, on the offensive end, this Chargers team is going to put a lot of pressure on this Cowboys defense. You saw how Antonio Brown absolutely torched Anthony Brown in the game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Trayvon Diggs did a terrific job, though, on Mike Evans, and that encouraged you to help you think that he can continue to grow to be a potential shutdown corner in this league. But at the same time, Keenan Allen, also with Mike Williams on the outside, the Cowboys are going to have to pick their poison because one of those two is going to get off unless you decide to double cover Keenan Allen and put a guy like Trayvon Diggs on Mike Williams and take your chances with him in single coverage. Because here's the problem with DeMarcus Lawrence and Randy Gregory being out for this Cowboys football team. Ideally, you want to get home with your front four to create pressure on the quarterback so you're not having to send more guys than you want to and then leaving your corners on an island, because I don't know about you, I'm not trying to leave Anthony Brown and these corners on an island by themselves. And that's exactly what you may have to do at times against the Chargers to create and manufacture pressure on Justin Herbert. If that is the case, it could be a long day for these corners and for these safeties. Donovan Wilson dealing with a groin injury himself, so he may not even be available on Sunday against the Chargers also. But that is why DeMarcus Lawrence's absence is so pivotal. Not only was he Pro Football Focus's highest defensive graded defensive end during week number 1, he also was able to set the edge and help out in the run game, not only creating opportunities for his teammates, but participating in the run game also. So when you lose your best run defender and a guy who can force turnovers just like he did against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that's going to put additional pressure on the Terrell Bashams of the world, the Dorrance Armstrongs of the world, Bradley Anae, Chauncey Golston, and others to try and make plays in DeMarcus Lawrence's absence. Not to mention Randy Gregory, who we were hoping to see have a bounce-back year this upcoming year, opposite of DeMarcus Lawrence. I guess we'll have to wait at least another week for that to happen. But again, for the Cowboys, while things may seem pretty bad and they may get even worse on Sunday by playing this high-octane offense in the Los Angeles Chargers, they do still have number 4 slinging it around at the quarterback position, and he may have to go tit for tat with Justin Herbert on Sunday. But hey, at least you can fall back on that knowing how good this Cowboys offense looked at least in week 1 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're going to have to be all that and more against the Chargers on Sunday. But DeMarcus Lawrence's absence is going to be pivotal, and pivotal for a big reason. Cowboys can't afford to miss games without and play games without DeMarcus Lawrence. They're going to find out for the next 6 to 8 weeks at minimum how that's going to be. And hopefully this isn't a sign for DeMarcus Lawrence's body starting to break down as he gets more and more into his career. A guy who was going to be counted upon to be a part of an improving defense. Could you see Micah Parsons potentially playing more and getting out on the edge and getting after the quarterback? You brought him in for a reason, and his versatility is going to be needed for this Cowboys team. I guess all that will remain to be seen as this week goes on, as they get ready to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for 105.3 The Fan here on YouTube. And you can catch all of us on your home of the Dallas Cowboys and Texas Rangers, 105.3 The Fan. It's been another episode of The Gray Area on 105.3 The Fan. I'll talk to you later. Peace.